back to DOOMineko.
Welcome, we're in the Blood Keep, where all the blood is kept.
Yes, along with these tropical beach chairs and Kinzo's face.
Yes. Well, this is just too easy. There's
I do have to wonder how far through this game we are now.
We're gonna be pretty freaking far. Like, there's like 20 different enemies currently. I don't feel like there can be that many more. Oh,
because we're definitely at a point. I mean, we still haven't seen Burn, Lambda.
You're right. They're probably bosses, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's shooting at? What?
I have no clue.
Oh, there's invisible bullets.
But, like, I don't know anything about Doom 64. I don't know how many levels there are. I don't know how long the normal gameplay time was back when Doom.
It was like 5 minutes, according to Erica, which is pretty rude. Hello, Kumsala. How are you? Yeah, okay, I can hear you, Chester Sisters, or rather, what's her name again? I forget her name. She sucks, though. Oh, come on!
So, I wanted to talk about what I finished last video on.
What did you finish last video on, Felix?
I was talking about BBC's Sherlock.
What? What is that?
It's the show starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman.
He's
BBC
pretty cool.
Made
Martin Freeman?
Set in the modern day.
Whoa.
Where Sherlock is a civilian consultant to the British police or something like that.
So he's a bit different from his normal setting. I don't know anything about the show, by the way. I just know that some people have said it's a really good way of like displaying the mystery, like that it gives you all the clues and shit.
One of those people was me, and I'd like to retract that statement.
You'd like to retract that statement? Oh no.
So I hadn't seen BBC's Sherlock in 3 or 4 years.
What is this backpack? What does this even do?
Who knows? It just puts us into Dora the Explorer.
I hope so. I think you've made that joke before.
I probably have. Probably when we picked up the backpack last.
Yeah, it's a good point. Probably.
But
I believe it.
I hadn't seen it in a fair while, and this was also back at a time where my only real experience with murder mystery was about 5 episodes of Midsummer Murders.
Right.
And however many episodes of BBC's Sherlock I watched.
Right, I see.
And I was kind of like, I guess, you know, enthralled with the presentation of BBC's Sherlock and the ways that it was, you know, engaging relative to things like Midsummer Murders, which were very kind of clinical, slow, and procedural. They didn't really have any emotion to them because it was just, there was
no love.
Yeah.
Speaking of love, they're killing me.
I still think that BBC's Sherlock is good, despite what some people might say.
You would recommend it? You give it a recommended rating?
I'd still recommend it. I think the 4th season, which I've only just watched, is a garbage fire.
Good. How so?
Basically, they do a whole bunch of things that kind of the show's been doing the whole time, but it makes them so much more obvious, and arguably makes the rest of the show worse.
Oh, that's not good.
Like, there's a bunch of stuff that kind of earlier in the show, there are a few moments where, like, Sherlock could, you know, walk off screen, come back in with a bundle of documents that allowed him to solve some mystery.
Right.
And you didn't really feel super cheated because you still got to watch most of the process. But kind of like the final ticket would be this random, you know, document sleeve that he got. But then it gets down towards the end of the show, and there's one mystery, for example, that they don't even tell you how he solves it. He literally just solves it by imagining up a scenario that doesn't even happen.
Yeah, that's not particularly fun, is it?
And to be fair, I still really enjoyed that episode. This is season 4, episode 2. I'm talking about for those of you who haven't watched it.
Spoilers.
I still really enjoyed that episode because the point of that episode is not to solve the mystery. It's more about the relationship between the existing characters in the show. And it still kind of stages itself as a murder mystery because there's still, you know, a killer that they have to catch in the middle of it. But that's not so much the central tension. You could argue that it kind of like sets itself as the central tension, though I think that that's meant to be a bit of a red herring. And I'm fine with that. I still enjoyed the episode, but it does very much highlight issues that the show has had in terms of not presenting evidence, kind of presenting Sherlock as this all-knowing super being.
Which he is.
Yeah, there's one episode in, I think, season 3, where basically he and another person solve a crime by imagining themselves there, and then they supposedly solve it, but there's like no setup for them solving it other than to just show off how smart they are. And there's also no like payoff once they have solved it.
Right. It kind of ends.
Yeah, well,
He's even killing me! Oh my god.
You're being flanked, son.
I don't even know what's happening! I should just run through it, honestly.
But yeah, so like, I still think that the show is a really good presentation of how to present murder mystery fiction.
It's a good presentation of a presentation.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Of how you can do murder fiction for a more contemporary audience who isn't like into the puzzle and games of it.
Sure.
I saw one of my friends sent me a critique video of the entire series, which I'll link in the description.
Cool.
It's like 2 hours long. It's kind of ridiculous. And I agree with all of the criticism in there. I think that the critic assumes that people want to play a detective fiction game.
Yeah, which is not necessarily the audience that they're going for. Like
Yeah.
we've talked about what do we call it, Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock or whatever. Like that is clearly not for an audience that wants to solve a mystery. They don't want to be like intellectually challenged, which is fine. It's just I don't know why they picked Sherlock. Because like I don't know, I feel like that was a strange choice to pick.
Well,
him.
that's just resting on a brand. That's just how
you're right.
But yeah, I do think that the show has its merits, and if you're watching it expecting a Knox or Van Dyne kind of story,
no, not gonna get it.
You're not gonna get it. The other thing I do find interesting though is, having said that it's still a decent show. There are a lot of times that the show very explicitly goes against rules like Knox and Van Dyne, goes against the standards of the genre that...
You think that's intentional?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Because on the one hand, the showrunner for BBC's Sherlock is notorious for kind of abandoning the good parts of a piece of source material. And to some extent...
It's trying to auto-target... Come on.
That's really weird.
It's trying to auto-target the guys on the ground, which is really screwing with me.
To some extent, I think that's fine, because, having your own interpretation of a story is decent. But there's also a point that I think it gets to where you start to disconnect from it so much that you might as well not be using the source material at all.
Sure.
So it's like, if you're writing a murder fiction story, like, sure, don't use the Knox and Van Dyne rules to their absolute limits, because, there's a reason that the detective...
it's evolved.
The golden age of detective fiction is over, because things have moved on. People aren't exactly into that same type of storytelling. But at the same time, there's certain things like, the whole rule of when you look back through the episode or whatever, you should be seeing the answer in your face. I think that's something that just makes for a good story.
I was gonna say,
and that's something that definitely gets abandoned a couple of times, such as I think in season 1, episode 2 or 3 of BBC One. Basically, they just tell you that most of the episode was a dream.
Oh.
And like, I'm fine with spoiling that because it's rubbish.
Oh, I care less about the spoiler, more like it was all a dream. It's just a fucking trite trope most of the time, unless it's heavily foreshadowed, which it doesn't sound like it was, unless it's one of those like, how could this person be alive when they're dead? And it's, I don't know, like, I haven't seen the episode, but...
Yeah, it's not strictly a dream sequence, and I won't really explain it more. But
was it drugs?
There's just, like... There's no reason for what happens in the show. It basically devalues its entire plot with its own solution.
Right. Which is not fun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I haven't watched it, sadly. Would you recommend that I, like, give it a go regardless? Or...
Yeah, I'd still recommend the show. I think you should very much go into the mindset with it's more of like a police procedural with a throwback to detective fiction than it is a like piece of detective fiction.
Right. I see. It's like a cop show, a buddy cop show.
Yeah, because I think one of the best parts of the show is the relationship between Sherlock and Watson, and the way that they portray that in the kind of more modern setting is really fun. And some people would say that Watson basically has no effect on the plot, which to some extent I can agree with, but I also think that that's only if you take the plot to be the solving of the mystery. Which is not the case to my mind.
Sorry, I'm just
This level is
almost dying.
extremely confusing.
It's like, it's not confusing, there's just a lot of shit. Like this room here, like these enemies aren't particularly dangerous on their own, but it's like a shooting gallery. Like I don't even know if I'm supposed to be engaging with them out here.
I don't even know where we're supposed to go.
I don't know either. I pressed the button, so maybe that did something.
I thought it was lowered that sword or whatever.
I might just ignore that left side. It seems to be screwing with me. Yeah, this is a very tricky level. It's not like a gauntlet in the same way that like that big, arena level was, but and there's no one room that's just like, oh, how do I get past this runaway? But like, it's just, there's a lot of stuff that is just hitting me. Might be just because I'm a bit rusty.
The other thing that that critique video that I mentioned kind of opened my eyes to again was I can't remember who made it, but the show Elementary, which is basically another modern day Sherlock story, except it's set in America. Sherlock's a British expat, and Watson is Lucy Liu. Right.
Okay. Sure. Makes sense to me.
And the thing is, I don't remember loving or hating that show. I just remember one clip of them unfolding a Microsoft Surface that took about 20 seconds, including 3 close-ups of the Microsoft logo, and it's like, well, geez.
I wonder who sponsored this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's such a well-hidden little thing. More of a nod than a sponsorship, if I do say so myself.
Like, it took so much time out of the episode that by the end of it, I had decided that it was an ad break and I was going to step up and get a drink.
It's pretty great.
And I came back and the scene had moved on.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna grab the armor and run. Right, because that just drops that sword, which isn't that helpful for me anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna ignore that room.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting when that Microsoft Surface clip played that they were going to start talking about the benefits of the product rather than actually moving on with the scene.
Well, you see, it's very convenient, and it's so small, it fits right in your pocket,
Yeah. Fortunately, it did not, but unfortunately, I missed it not doing that because I decided to leave the room.
Yeah, that's right. We can always go back, I imagine.
One of the eternal struggles with getting financial support for TV shows and movies and stuff is you just have to have sponsors. You can't get away with not having them.
Sadly. Yeah, I mean a lot of YouTube content as well. Like you get I've been watching this channel, Indie Mouse. He's an Australian YouTuber. Yeah. He's a bit of a weird bloke. He's a bit controversial sometimes, which I kind of like. But a lot of his content, a lot of his older content is like, I'd never get sponsored because you guys hate that. And then a lot of his newer content is like, these are the people that are sponsoring me. So just watching that change.
Yeah,
from I will never be sponsored because I care about my principles.
It's very hard to make, time in an industry where that's the entire foundation of it.
Exactly. And I do want to clarify, I love the guy. I think he's great, and I think the people he partners with are not shit.
So many of them.
What the fuck is this?
3 of them inside.
No!
Why did you yell at Ryukishi? He had nothing to do with this.
I blame him for everything at this point.
That's fair, that's fair.
This level is fucking me. Alright.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend earlier this week about how the games industry could go the same way as more traditional media.
What do you mean?
We start getting...
With ads?
Yeah.
In games?
Like, Ubisoft has started putting clothing brands, in their games.
I mean, there are bike ads in Higurashi, basically. Fucking front and center screen, bikes everywhere. I'm just saying. But it's one step away.
Ubisoft has been doing, clothing product placement in their games for a few years now.
Yeah.
Who else?
There's a lot of that in Watch Dogs, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how it works for I think it's actually the opposite, where for when it comes to firearms, they actually pay licenses to use the image of guns in games.
Which is interesting.
Which is why a lot of future set games kind of come up with their own guns and brands.
It's the Black Hawk pistol.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Which is interesting because I would have thought that would be an opportunity for revenue by getting gun companies to invest in.
I don't know that. Yeah, I mean that's a weird discussion in the first place. Is having your gun in a violent video game a way to get the word out that this is a great piece of equipment? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very weird ground to kind of rest in. I do love that was kind of like part of the premise of. I don't remember to what extent it was in the book, but at least in the movie for Ready Player One, that was like the whole gag.
Oh,
the
yeah.
bad guy was literally trying to fill like 90% of screen space with just ads.
I haven't seen that movie, sadly. I heard it was very different from the book, which I have read. The book was pretty cool.
I think it would have fallen pretty flat in its face if it had stuck to the book.
Yeah, probably. Gotta switch up to that modern audience. Let's see. What does this actually give me? It gives me shotgun ammo.
For the shotgun,
okay, which I need always. I always need more shotgun ammo, Felix. This is just how it works.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, let's do this. Let's go this way. Is there a way forward here? No.
Actually, having owned Doom, the 2016 Doom remake for several months, I've still not actually played it. I feel like we should do that at some point.
We should. Doom is a great game. The reboot was, like, phenomenal. It is probably my favorite game of that year, whatever year it came out at.
2016.
That's the one. I think you just said that. Anyway, point is, this is a great game. It's like, normally when those old games get rebooted, like the whole heart and soul is completely lost, and they're just kind of shit. Duke Nukem. But the Doom remake is just its own thing. There's no bullshit. It makes a big show of, like...
I wouldn't exactly call Duke Nukem Forever a reboot.
Whatever we would call it. But yeah, like, the new Doom game, like, it's very clear from the beginning that, like, we are going to be... I mean, what's this game? It's running around killing shit. We don't care about the plot. We don't care about why we're here.
I did find it interesting. I don't know how true it is, but I did see some people saying that they were concerned about the sequel to the Doom reboot. Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal, that's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
I don't know. When it hasn't come out yet. I don't know when it's coming out, but yeah, I don't know. It might be good. If it's like the first one, if it's just more of the same, I think it'll be fine. I don't know. Unless they're gonna be like, here is the secret backstory to all of this shit that happened in the first game. It's pretty straightforward.
I guess we'll find out. I don't really know what the concerns were, because I can't exactly say I pay terribly much attention to the Humosphere.
This area sucks. Yeah, I have no clue. I do not pay attention to most games news. Most of it's horseshit anyway. Most of it's horseshit anyway. It's just, this game is coming out. This game is still coming out. This game came out 2 days ago, and it was crap. And that's games journalism.
Is it?
Yeah. Have you seen Fallout 76? God damn. I didn't even know that was coming out until the day after it came out. I was like, when's Fallout 76 happening? Oh, look at all these reviews. Anyway.
There were some interesting things that I saw raised around the launch of, not just Fallout 76, but they kind of like reignited the whole problem with Fallout 76 of the role of games journalism.
Sure.
Like, the games industry seems to portray games journalism as just people who do their advertising work for them. Whereas conventional journalism is, people that will debunk and look into certain issues.
Dig into the heart of the matter and bring you the real news you can use.
At least in theory.
But that's not really what happens, because it's more profitable for games journalists to work with companies rather than against them.
Yeah.
Because that's who has the money.
Was it Rockstar that sued a journalist or whatever?
Oh god, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it was Rockstar, but yeah, I remember that story, how, like, it was defamation and they won, and that was, like, really shitty.
Which is extremely contrary to everything that journalism seems to do in every other field.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to be doing, is, like, exposing the lies, or the truth, as it were. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know how they got away with that. I feel like it's going to just set a really bad precedent for the future, which is not what we want. Ooh, more health. Speaking of bad precedents, not having much health is a bad precedent for combat. Alright. There's just so much shit in this level. Yeah. But yeah, no, I wasn't following that case when it happened, but there's always this kind of a thing in mostly in games journalism that I've seen, but in all what the fuck? Where did that go up? But taking cases like that to court is always a scary thing. Because everyone's kind of afraid of setting that precedent.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, if I go to court and I lose this case, you know, then what have I done? I've fucked everyone, not just myself. It's why most of those cases are settled outside of court.
Yeah.
To avoid taking that risk for the whole bloody media. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's been any other examples of that recently, but that was the big one, the Rockstar one. Oh, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. Let's just get that out of here.
There's a button in the middle.
Yeah, I'm just checking. I feel like this is gonna fuck me. That's with most things in this game. Try it again. Here we go. Let's see what we got up here. Hopefully nothing. Hopefully nothing scary.
Looks like a trap.
Of course it's a trap. It's always a fucking trap. Every single time. Tiny Cannon will protect me. And that's what matters.
As he should.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's have a little peek. Ooh. Hello? Hello? What are you doing down there? Oh, there's
2 of them.
Oh, there's gonna be more. Oh wait, I need to not do that. It's not gonna work very well. So. Okay, well that's gonna suck. You know, let's just hit this button. What's the worst that can happen?
5 of them spawn.
Probably. I mean, we've seen that before. We've dealt with that.
I guess that might have raised the load one of the bridges on the far side of the map.
Maybe. I'm gonna have to go back and forth across trying to find it. Oh, yep.
It is interesting how these games are designed such that there's not really, like, any direct indication of what this button does. Like, the camera doesn't pan across to show you the thing that you've just opened up.
Yep. There's no, like, cutscenes and shit.
Is there anything
You just
in
gotta
the
figure
tunnel
it out.
that they came from, or was that what you...
I don't know. No, that just opened up. I'm just checking for ammo. And health and stuff. Yeah, it is interesting. I've been playing Halo 3 with a dear friend of mine. He's written a play, you know. And Halo 3 has a lot of backtracking in it, but there's always like a big cutscene, you know. You go from one end of the level to the other, and then it's like, good work finding me in this hellhole. Let's go all the way back the opposite direction. And there's like a big pointer, you know. And if you take too long to like go places, you know, if I was just faffing about running around this circuit for 5 minutes or whatever, there'd be a big flashing waypoint that would pop up and show you, you know, this is where the enemies are. Oh, hello.
Yeah, there's lots of like in and out rescue kind of missions in Halo 3 from memory.
There are a fair few.
I was having a conversation with a friend at the radio station I work at about how
that sounds like fun.
About how well kind of Halo 3 era kind of Xbox 360 games have aged.
Oh yeah.
Like they were games that never looked amazing.
Wait, what?
But it's the same.
I know there's gonna be something in here though, surely.
You know what?
Is this a shortcut? That seems strange.
Maybe this is like when you're meant to come and clean out this shooting gallery after.
I guess so. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
That'll do it.
That was allowed.
Oh! Whoa! Fuck you! Just gonna grab it. Fuck it. I need the health. Let's see if we can kill him through the bars. Ah, shit. This is gonna suck. I'm just gonna have to tank it. But yeah, no, aging. I mean, like, Halo 1 is fucking aged really well. Like,
I mean, the original look of the game.
Ooh, I
don't know if it's aged as well as like Halo 3 has.
Eh.
Like the thing is with Halo 3 is, as my friend was saying, it never looked incredible. It just looked good.
I thought it looked beautiful for the time. I was like, shading? What is shading? Oh my goodness, this is insane. That was me.
I don't know. Maybe I just kind of jumped on Halo 3.
Yeah, I know.
Like I jumped on Halo 3 after kind of halfway between Reach and 4.
No, I played on release. It was like the one Halo game that I played when it came out. Because my friend was like, "There's this Halo 3 game coming out." I'm like, "What are the other ones?" And so we played through number 2 co-op, and then eventually I uncovered the fact that Halo 1 existed, and I played that solo on the PC, as you should. As it was designed to be played.
I'm a big fan of the remasters that they did for Halo 2 and Combat Evolved.
They're really good.
Look phenomenal.
Yeah, they're really good. The fact that they don't like fuck with the gameplay is also like really great.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of controversy around the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah.
Because obviously they did Resident Evil 1 and they did that exactly the same style as the original. Still the like fixed camera, which is how the horror is designed to get you. There's a really good video that actually did a comparison. I'll see if I can find it, but it basically talks about how the fixed camera position is used to build tension, and how you can have stuff like, shadows flitting across walls, and it's just that much more effective if the the designer knows where the camera's going to be pointed. That sort of thing. And also, like, there's this really great shot in Resident Evil 1 where there's like a staircase that you can go up, and the camera's positioned so you can see the front of the staircase. And there's a chandelier that's like just in front of it. And there's a zombie.
So much damage from this poison.
It's fine. I'm just trying to. Oh fuck! I thought I'd taken a little less than that. That's okay. Yeah, this is kind of shitty. But yeah, there's a zombie like hiding below the shadow of the chandelier. And that would be impossible if it was a first person or a third person view, right? You just wouldn't be able to do that. Because you'd be able to look around and and like fuck with the camera. But because you've got this fixed camera position, you can play all sorts of fun tricks on the player.
It's kind of an interesting middle ground between technical limitation and creative tool.
Yep.
Because, like, when you're making a movie, like, I heard one of the creative directors behind Mortal Engines talking about how they had to design the city in such a way that they basically weren't wasting any resources on showing parts that the audience never saw.
Yeah.
So
because you want to make, like, the whole thing, you want to make it as detailed as possible, or, like, the bits that we see.
Yeah.
It's like how this map is designed, so we see Shen's face everywhere, but on the other side of that wall is probably just a black cube or whatever. It's using resources appropriately. But yeah, no, I totally feel that. I'd like to see that movie at some point.
It manifests itself in very different ways in video games and movies, but kind of to the same effect.
Yeah, sure.
Like, there's always this tension of what you can't see in horror type games. That's always really fun to play into.
Yeah, well, that's why
it's the same as movies.
Like in Amnesia, a classic horror title. One of the main mechanics was just don't look at the monster. If you look at the monster, you start to take damage. Which is partly because the actual what's the blue fucking door? The actual like monster models are not actually that scary.
Yeah.
Like if you just sit down. If one of them bugs out and you look at the model, it's like very basic. It's just got a big scary tongue. Whatever.
I've got to say, Amnesia was kind of ruined for me because the first time I ever saw it played through was with one of my friends speedrunning it.
Oh, nice. That sounds like fun.
So it's like, oh, here comes the monster. Jokes, we're outside the map.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like watching, we're a little indie studio, so we can't even have monsters. Like, one of the monsters is literally invisible. Yeah. Like, there just is no model for it. And in any other game, you'd be like, well, that's lazy. Why would you just make a monster with no model? That's kind of dumb, But
I heard
the way they designed it, like, less is more. It's really good.
Have you heard of A Quiet Place, the horror film?
Which one is that? A Quiet Place. I've definitely heard of it. Just remind me what one that is.
It's a movie about them having to be quiet because otherwise all the monsters hit them.
Oh yeah, no, I have heard of that one. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty good as well, but I also heard a lot of criticism of the fact that they show you the monster in the first, 5 minutes of the movie or something like that.
Like, you should hold off on that shit.
Yeah.
Make the reveal really big and spooky. Or just don't have a reveal at all. Some of the fucking scariest movies where you don't even see the monster. Or visual novels or whatever.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sayonara.
Yeah, because it's the whole thing of, you're not afraid of the dark, you're afraid of what could be in the dark.
Yeah, and uncertainty. It's true. Shout out to Ryukishi's horror writing, which...
I mean, that's one of the great things about integrating horror with murder mystery.
Yeah.
Is that there is so much unknown, and it's kind of your job to make it known.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more pressure on not only you as a reader, but also just on the tension of the scenes.
Yeah. So I'm just hiding in this corner here.
You stuck? Okay, no.
I wouldn't be stuck. It's fine. If I got stuck here, I quit the game right now. I'd be done. I'd be like, I went all this distance. So I think I know. Can I go up on this? I'm like really quick. There's a boy behind there.
Yeah, I can see that. But it's just ammo, right?
Yeah, it's just ammo. I'm quite low.
That's true.
Anyway, yeah, like expectations are a huge part of horror, and like making people imagine their scariest, darkest fear is always more fun than just making up a scary thing.
That like shooter is only pointing at that corner there. So it's not
Yeah,
like
I know. I'm just trying to deal with this runaway.
Yeah. How is he not dead?
He's just sticking through it, you know.
There we go.
Let's see. Whatever. Screw you, Kinzo. You ain't even that cool. You heckin' dead man. Yeah, got him. Oh! He's not a dead man. Okay, hold on. Back we go. That's alright. We'll get through it. Slow and steady wins the race at this point, I think. But yeah, horror's fun. I'm really enjoying the horror in Higurashi, actually. Going through that the second time, which obviously...
Oh my goodness. This is gonna be our... Ben, you know what? This is our Boxing Day special.
Is it?
I think.
What do you mean? Oh, it's coming out on Boxing Day?
Yeah.
That's fun. What do we want to do for that special occasion that everyone cares about?
I don't know, just put a box on screen.
Okay, there's a box. Have it. You know, for my Boxing Day, I usually go to see the family on my father's side because Christmas Day is my mother's side. Wow, that was mean. And then Boxing Day is to see my father's side. There's much more of them. It's much more difficult to like get everyone together.
I have no idea what I'm doing for Boxing Day this year. I don't have any idea what I'm doing for Christmas this year. I'm just kind of going to be somewhere else that I've never been before.
I was going to say, you're in America.
I'm going to be in America.
You should go find all the fans, all of our many fans.
I haven't told some of them where I'm going to be, and I'm going to be pretty close to some of them I know, and I don't know how much free time I'm going to have, so I'm like hesitant
to tell them.
Yeah.
You should just tell them to like tag along with you. It'll be fine.
It's alright.
Just come on down to the recording studio.
If you mysteriously get a message from me the day this video comes up,
shit, thought that might have been the end.
I'll see you soon.
Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see you when we go to America. And by we I mean when Felix goes, because I am not going. Oh!
Oh no.
We know what that means. Alright, that's fine. This isn't so bad. Shush you, this is like the least threatening part of this level.
You know we do have 200 health.
Yes, I know!
We also have no armor, but...
Oh, this is a bit more threatening, though. Alright, where's the doorway? There it is. Oh! One down. Got a bit of a range on me, so I shall respond in kind! Thou fool! Oop. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Goodness.
I'm running out of ammo, though. That's right, we're almost there. Yeah, so I hope you have fun in America without me, you butt. But don't worry, those of you at home, you'll still be getting all your regular Higurashi content and maybe DOOMineko. We'll see.
I think we were in the middle of episode 6 this time last year. It's crazy to think.
Oh my god. It's been years. Well, it's been 1 year, but still.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 1.5 years now.
Yeah, it's like crazy to think we've been doing it for this long. I remember when this was just a twinkle in our eye, and I was like, maybe we won't even get to the end of the first arc, or the episode, because Felix will hate it. He'll be like, what is this dumb weeb bullshit?
I definitely hated it.
I know you did. But you suck it out like a true professional. I did hit that button, didn't I?
I think so.
I hope I did. What did it do, though? What did it do?
Clue. Did it open?
Tell me, what did you do to me? I'm not going to sing too much. Unless it is a noisy voice, then we will sing all day. But I better not. Felix will kill me. Alright. I don't actually know what that did, so...
Cut this!
Ah! Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, it's the glowing golden door that I guess we missed.
I guess so. I don't even know what this is.
Did this open up? Was this?
I guess so.
This never open? I'm so confused.
I don't know. This is very strange.
Just kill that Erica.
There's 2 of them. Hold on, I gotta do this. Look, you don't tell me how to kill an Erica, okay? I know how to kill an Erica. I know her weaknesses. Chopsticks. Aha! Chopsticks! Get chopped stick.
You know, considering this is our closest to Christmas video, other than one that we recorded months ago.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about something that I discovered this year that kind of blew my mind. Oh my god, this looks like
hello Mion, how are you?
What does that say?
Newt.
Oh, it's Newt 3012.
It's Newt.
Shout out to Newt.
Shout out to Newt, best boy.
When do we get a cameo?
I don't know. Fucking Slade, get on that.
I'm pretty sure Crazy Fox is in the original DOOMineko, and then we got Newt in this one.
Yeah. Let's just paint all over these with Jacrono and Magus. Let's just do that.
That's a lot of VFX work for me. Oh no.
I don't like any of this.
This is a boss fight.
It's not a boss fight. Ah! Fuck! Oh, I am so dead. Hold on. Spinning around in circles. That's gonna be the plan. Hopefully this is it.
Try spinning. That's a cool trick.
This is where the fun begins.
Oh my god.
Am I dead? Am I just gonna die for going down here?
Yes, you're dying.
Oh, fuck off!
God damn it! Slag!
Slag, why?
Slag, why?
Oh, fuck everything. I can go back.
There's health there.
I'm going for health. No, fuck this.
Cut this.
Cut this! Alright. So the plan is... we're gonna run in there. We're gonna kill everything, and then we're gonna leave.
Is this just the ending button? I hope this is just the end button.
God willing. Ah!
It's the end button.
Oh, thank God. Cut all of this.
Okay.
Cut everything.
Before we end, the thing I wanted to say.
What did you want to say?
One of my favorite Australian songs of all time, How to Make Gravy.
I
mean, it's ostensibly a song about Christmas, but it only really dawned on me recently that it's actually like explicitly a Christmas song that they made for a charity event in like '96 for some Christmas fundraiser. Fantastic song.
Oh yeah. Does it teach you how to make gravy? Is it like practical?
It does, in fact.
So it's practical and entertaining.
Basically, the premise of the song is that it's a letter from a dude who's just been incarcerated, writing to his family who he won't see on Christmas. And like, it's so good. He's like,
I normally make the gravy for Christmas, but now you will have to. And so he's teaching
but it's like it's the opposite of the standard, everyone's together Christmas narrative.
Yeah.
And fuck, it's such a good song.
That sounds pretty great.
Check that shit out.
Go look at that.
Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah. What are your New Year's resolutions?
Finish Higurashi.
Finish DOOMineko.
Dudley, your New Year's resolution.
Yes.
is to finish Higurashi.
You better finish it next year. I swear, I will go to his mouse. Is it mouse?
His mouse?
I'll kidnap his mouse.
That says Rock Genjima with only one case. Like, fix that.
Fix that.
Next time.